Hello there, my Captain Play guys and gals. This is Captain Play Guy, here with the 7-year Playguyaversary. It's amazing to me how much has happened on the channel in the past year. I've made big leaps in content making. I've been streaming consistently for months on Twitch. I figured out how to capture footage on my 3DS capture card. I even am streaming from my 3DS capture card. I feel like I made it. I've got the ability to record practically any game. Are you wondering why I'm doing all that? It's for you, the viewers. Especially you, personally. The feedback on my streaming and videos has been great to see. It's perfectly invigorating. With that, I say, truly from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for participating. And thank you for being lovely people. Now that I have that out, I'd like to move on to this Playguyaversary's topic. I'll be talking about some of the most influential games in my life. The games that have shaped my tastes, even shaped who I am today. While I've played many games in my life, with hopefully many more to come, it's only a relative few that can have this distinction. As my final note before beginning, I haven't put them in any particular order, it's just as they came to me. With that said, stay for a while and listen. Super Smash Bros. Brawl was the game that truly got me into online play and making friends. Before this game, I'd made a few videos and a few friends on YouTube on my very first account, but that was a small thing. It was like one video and 3 YouTube friends. After the release of Brawl, I discovered Machinima. I watched several different ones like Smash Fighter, Smash Tasm, Wolf's Retarded Mission, and at least one other that I forget the name of. I was really interested in these. It was like making movies or TV shows from video games. I wanted to make my own Machinima, but I didn't have the tools to make it good quality. So I looked around for machinimators. I got a few responses back, but the most noteworthy one was Mr. Game and Pichu. He contacted me, we talked, we became friends, and I learned some technical stuff from him. Eventually, he invited me to participate in his online Brawl tournament, Lagfest. I accepted, and in the process, met some other gaming YouTubers, including a few of my best friends today. Brawl directed my online career pretty early on. How I got introduced to Guild Wars was the longest chain for a game to come to my attention. My cousin used to play games online, and someone that she played with told her about Guild Wars. She introduced it to her brother. He introduced it to my sister, and my sister introduced it to me. Guild Wars was my first ever MMORPG. I fell absolutely in love with its world, Tyria. My first ever character was a necromancer starting in the Factions campaign. That began my journey in Kantha, which is the Eastern Asia-inspired continent of Tyria. The Oriental styles and folklore is something that I've long been interested in, so this played right into what I liked. I do have a strong sense of nostalgia for Guild Wars, stronger than other games you might think would give me stronger nostalgia, like Super Mario World or Kirby 64. I sank a lot of time into this game. I beat every campaign and logged in about 1,000 hours. It's made such a lasting impression that I'm still playing its sequel, Guild Wars 2, to this day, years later. Noire is something I've talked about before on this channel. It was like a graduation from family-friendly games to mature games. My mom does not like excessive violence and swearing and the like, so she would not allow me to play such games. So I grew up playing Nintendo, mainly. But LA Noire got me to want more. The trailers and gameplay had me intrigued from the get-go. The process of interrogating people was a simple concept, but is actually quite complex. It can really test your ability to read people's faces. And getting to grill suspects with evidence and watching them crumble was excellent. It had great mechanics and a strong story with dark and mature themes. I still remember the night that I started playing. Christmas Eve, my family was watching. Of course, my mom didn't like the swearing and violence, but that didn't stop me. I'd played some of Skyrim before, but that was on my sister's computer. Noire was on my own Xbox 360. I could play such games on my own now. No more piggybacking. My sister had Alan Wake on her PC and loved it. She tried to get me to play it for a while. Eventually, during one summer when we were living together in Florida, she convinced me to play it. I found a copy for my Xbox 360 for cheap, and at night I'd play while she watched. She didn't try to guide me much, and she didn't need to. I got into the story and the mystery of the setting. It was an entry into the genre that I hated the most at that point. Horror. I do not like being scared. Games like Amnesia and Five Nights at Freddy's would probably be too much for me. I couldn't make myself sit down and play those. But Alan Wake showed me that that's not what horror is all about. There's horror games that are subtler. There's ones that don't rely on jump scares. My experience with Alan Wake paved the way to me trying another horror game, Teresia. And I adored that game. It served an important lesson about avoiding writing off games to play simply because of its genre. I'd like to thank everyone for tagging along in that little trip of my life. And I want to invite you to talk about the games that have had a big impact in your lives. What games gave you connections with other people? What games taught you important lessons? What games struck a chord with you? This has been Captain Playguy with the 7-year Playguyaversary.